Hey there, welcome back. Let's get ready to continue. We are finally getting our spreading our wings, and I think that it's going to be glorious. We just gotta grow and grab. That means putting as many growth items on here as possible. So let's get like plus 50 city growth. Help reduce that number. And here we go. We got the grab. And as you know, we're trying to grab along the borders. They got this here and this there. Which one do I go after first? I don't know. Um, I think I'm going to go after this one because I can at least grab some cows along the way. But it's looking good. Very good. Um, I do need to start thinking about farms and stuff, but actually I don't. As long as I'm filling it with food from this, I don't need the farms yet. Although the farms increase your growth by 3%. So that's something. Yeah, we got the big items coming in here. Let's help the growth. See, that's just food. We don't want to... We want to do growth. There's plus 30 growth right there. And it helps the health go up, which makes growth go up. So yeah, look, he's going to grab another tile soon. In fact, we should probably be doing the gourmet meals first. Because it helps the everything go up. Oh, and then he has a specialist. I know we need to do upgrades. We're going to wait, though, until the city gets a little more established. As far as boosts go, I guess we're going to... We don't need it, but it's better to put him somewhere. And then Wombat City. Yeah, those are all contributing to growth. Oh, and Wombat City has one. So you can see, like, look, this guy's stretching all the way around here. Then we have this one over here. We're being surrounded from all sides. I gotta break out as quick as possible. Absolutely. We don't like those jerks. Okay, we are second. We're allied with the first, which is fine. I still think I can beat him in a duel. A friendly one. This guy has so many points just because of his religion, but he has to be falling hard. Like, no more points to be had. Um, but yeah, I, I, I do think it would be better for me if he went away. It is nice though to have another ally we can trade with. I know she's an ally, but I'm glad she's gonna go away. Alright, yes. So some of these we're gonna be clicking on things that we already... That's 117 strength. I gotta do the overlay. I mean, look at that. 100% Christianity? Holy cow. We just brutalized them. This one's still changing. Alright, so we got 3 more cities here that belong to them. But we also have... Let's go to Argentina and start spreading there. So we're going to send those guys to there. We'll send these two to Cancun. And then I think these two are still doing their magic. So again, if we do the overlay now that we left, see, they actually started converting back towards us. So I'm gonna have to like, we took the top spot, we cut them down, but if he's got monasteries and other buildings, I mean, it's gonna slowly start to. See, this is what always confuses me. Somebody went into Renaissance, and then I think, oh, the act's gonna end soon. We gotta go all the way to the Machine Age before it ends. So it just somebody's here. That's all that it's notifying me of. They gotta go to here, and then, however many of us gotta go here. I'm close. I'm just deciding, like, how much of this do I, like, leaving behind the trebuchets might not be a big deal. I'm not worried about the wonders, because that's not my game. The clock and the ships, this might be a good ship to have. But that's all I guess I am getting the flotilla formation, which, can I get it some other way? It doesn't tell me. And then the haberdashery lets me get the tailor, which is an upgrade to the weaver. Yeah, we gotta do that one. Alright, so we got another claim. I think this time we are gonna take the fish one. And I know I chose regular plow. That was intentional. Tea leaves aren't all that interesting to me. They're only used for herbal medicine. I'm making some furs at the hunting camp, so I can finally use that towards. See, that's the problem. I don't even remember what industry needed furs. So we're spending money. I mean, I'm getting $2.98 a turn. England is fantastic from a money perspective. You could just wealth your way through it. It sort of makes some aspects of the game simpler. Alright, for lack of anywhere to put my specialist, I'll put him on the bakery. He's in the water and being attacked. He's as good as dead. Nothing I can do about that. Obviously, I have one of these already. I do love it. I think I already have this going on. Apparently, I did find my scientist. I think this guy is the worst. The Pioneer is the worst one you could ever get. Like, I don't see. Maybe somebody who plays this game can tell me. All these stink, if you ask me. I mean, the +1 speed is, if you're trying to march across the map, I can understand. It gets you there quicker, but I just don't find that to be worth a Paragon slot.
Free Frank McWhorter. first African American to found a town in the USA.
Oh man, I don't even have... He doesn't have a specialty. I need a building. I got a little too excited. It was a new type, right? That's a new type. But you can see there's... I don't have anything for him. Ugh. I wish it showed me what it currently does. So I'm currently getting build production, research for turn, merchants, 10 experience, culture improvements. That's if I assign them to a group. I will, because there's nothing else to assign them to. So I have this group here at 181. He just gave him another 25%. Alright, we got our bakery up. Bread is a important input into other recipes. Here you can see I can do 2 more cities before I run out of that. This one I'm making plenty of for now. I do think I'm going to start taking some off. I'm going to make some more bread. I have plenty of grain. I do have salt, but I'm going to use wealth instead. Save the salt for something else. I don't know why they were sending me here. We got yet another one. Okay, so this is the city where the upgrades, I can spend some time on those. I mean, I'm already at 26. This will get me to 30 easily. I'm at plus 50 food. I think another castle. Excellent. Get to 100. Thing is, I don't need heavy plows. I only have 2 of them, so I should save it for where I really need them. Since I have nowhere to put them on the fish. Because food is still going to possibly be an issue as the city grows. We're definitely constrained. As far as buildings go, we have just a few left. That one is spot for a farm. Yes, we could put an improvement. Same as here. That is a library, so we could do... For example, we could do a university. Or a school. See, This gives a bonus since the library is in the region. I would get a 1 research bonus. This gives a 2 research bonus. So we would do a university. 2 fishing nets. And now we're down to just 1. University will help with that issue. Oh, the prosperity. I gotta wait. We could always do prosperity this way. See, all prosperity does is tax. And, I mean, I don't want to ignore it, but at the same time, I can afford it at the moment. The knowledge is a different deal. That affects our research. And that's why I need Brussels to go away. So if this city needs to grow, I can start saving up the points. And then when this goes away, I can bam, 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 expand this way. And have a good time. And there it is. We got our claim. And see, everything costs 2 now. So now I gotta just start storing up the claim points. And hope that Brussels really does go away. They've outlived their usefulness here.
A message comes to you from the great Nefertiti of Egypt.
Well, that's right. I need to check on our new city here. See, we got up to 7. I think that... Look, we got plenty of food. That's not the issue. Is there more? Oh, here we go. We gotta get this dwelling up. Then the gathering hall next. So we get all the dwellings restored, then the city will at least function normally, and then we could just crank on repairing everything else. Oh, I actually saw Caesarea had an idle gathering hall. Interesting. I'm making codexes, which I still... Why am I doing this? Because it's used to craft newspaper. I have plenty of festivals. I mean, this is something we could do as an amenity to help with security. So I'm either going to boost this one or create a new one. Sure, let's create a new one, but let's maybe not go bunkers with it. I got plenty of wealth. Right now I have plenty of dye. Definitely not gonna... Ooh. No, 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 no. Neither of those. Okay, so then the last one is, do I really want clocks? I hardly use them, but see, you can get nice amenity bonuses. That's right, it was for this, the flotilla. We'll do it, just for the formation. Alright, we got another bakery. I made bread. I can now use bread as an input to something else. Yeah, the bread bakery only makes those three things. We'll make some more of these. There you go. You can use a bread. I'm not ready to do that. One every 5 turns is fine. He apparently got one of my, I thought he died from a neutral, but maybe not. So it looks like most of the world has been explored here. See, look at these huge cities. This is why some of these nations are doing really well. Who is that? That's India. Australia. Songhai. So they were on an island like we were. So this is interesting. This is a giant, like, I guess you could get out to the ocean up here. Alright, so this is better than our other map where it was just nothing but shoreline, from east to west. I mean, you still have the middle mountain concept where it's just coastal regions, but this has a lot more coastal, and I think it's because I chose to go shallow with the ocean, so there's more land popping up in various places. But since this is where we are, and I, even though I have a navy type of nation, I can't. Well, actually, I'm allied with them, so I probably can get through this zone. But this would block me. But then I get over to here, and look, I'm blocked. My ocean goes nowhere. Uh, all I can do is hit this nation here, which is Mexico. So like Mexico's going bunkers. They have all this up here, and then they have this way down here. Our research is cranking out pretty fast. Like I could try to do this one. I'm okay with skipping. I got other things I can build instead. So let's go to the next era. So here you can see he's filling that in, which is fine because I went down as far as I could go. So I'm sort of glad because now we got him blocked really hard. We got some nice growth coming up. First claim, and look, we can do it. Our gamble paid off, so we got at least one of the precious metals. Here's the other one. So we're gonna try to snake right along the border as much as we can. In the meantime, we can worry about that. Another claim by JB was here. I always have to stop and think about where am I at? Because like this guy's trying to break out. So I want to be careful about taking that one. I don't have to worry about this one being taken yet. I can also make a grab for this, right? Because I was talking about him reaching around. Well, we could go. It's going to take us 2 growths as well. Or we have this guy that's been growing on us too. So we can try to... He actually went all the way into here. So we can grab this to try to... Actually, he took this one too. So grab this one before he can take it. London grew again. This is where it gets stressful. 93. Yeah, I'm losing this race. That's for sure. I gotta do the C zone for the food. I got one more, but I don't think I have anything that'll help me there. I got this. At least get 5 research a turn. And then I'm going to hold on to that, because we're going to use that to fill in the fishies. Once we place the new C zones. And I should probably finish this. Just so I am ready to build. Get the production up. I forgot to check, see if the tier changed. Alright, there's our first and second. We made it to size 24 with no farms. I'm still really proud of that. I mean, it's stressful, but very proud of it. Whatever my next game is, I want better farms. Right, so Wombat City, that's right, we're trying to break out here. This is a copper, which is well worth getting. I know these two are possibly going to get taken because he's doing this. But wherever his capital is, he can only go so far. And then this starts to cost him 2 claims. And his capital's way over here. So I think he's gone as far over as he can go. Like, I actually think these two are safe. So yes, I will take this one because this guy is also probably gone as far as he could go. But he has shown that he can take this one and probably that one as well and this one. So I still think we need to grab these. And yeah, Wombat's getting surrounded, but we're grabbing some nice territory. Wombat's gonna be a very decent city. It's just eventually gonna have to start saving up some of those points. So then we, whatever Russia plans to do, I don't think I need to grab sea zones just to grab them. I do have another sea zone. So why am I not taking land? Well, uh, I'm going to be encroaching on Caesarea, which is they're going to be encroaching on each other, and this is actually a good resource. So let's grab it. And just making sure we do have roads to all of our cities. And yeah, the Mounties, you can pick like what we're gonna focus on. Get those prioritized. So here you can see we're finally getting some of those buildings we wanted to build going. And then these guys can start going on some of these. Like this right here, masterpiece creation speed, right? And then +5 security. How much do you want to bet that this right there? Look, we got our first building that lets us build a statue. So I don't know if I can take that Paragon back. But I don't know. I like the Paragon increasing the strength of my troops. But yeah, I finally have a spot where we could do it. And then you can see we can make them some things. So like decorative paintings will, help with happiness. That also helps with happiness. This is a prosperity for every culture improvement within it. I actually found these to be pretty good, and these are the things that we were refusing to research for a while. But there's like 100 of these available. I have 64 of them. I don't know how I got 64 of them, but I do. Usually we have this or marble, but we got plenty of wealth. This is another one of those die ones, right? I could get to 15 like nothing. There's some high level tech stuff, like when you get into like robotics and stuff, that still use die. So as much as I know I have plenty of die right now, I don't know if I want to spend die on this. And then yes, this is the last thing that I'm not willing to do. One every 5 turns is plenty. And which city was that? Wombat? I just realized I have... Okay, so for lack of a place, this is as good as any. Copper is used for electronics. I don't know if you're aware, but in real life, there's a lot of electronics that have copper lining in them because copper reduces electromagnetic waves. So if you are, for example, a government and you have computer with maybe data on it that you don't want others to get, or you have any electronic device, it doesn't have to be a computer. If you have copper lining in your device, it prevents electromagnetic waves from escaping. So if somebody has some kind of reader device and they're sitting next to you, they won't be able to pick up what's on your device because of the copper lining. Anyways, there you go. The more you know. We're getting idle because we're fixing things. A couple turns have gone by. Oh, look at this. See? We got our food issue. But this is great, because we could do that. And getting our stats up. So now we're getting our happiness up. There are some eyeglasses that are well worth making if you have the ability, because the eyeglasses will uh, improve your knowledge big time. See, like we are able to get our security up. And then I can do something like salted fish, which actually we don't have a lot of extra. We could do pastries. It gets us mostly out of the dog pound. But I mean, look at this. We got... Oh, my apologies. Gotta stop. So yeah, we got a lot. And I'm running out of furniture. So I probably need to think about getting some of that going. And yeah, we can do stuff like this, which is going to make the food situation nowhere near as bad as it was looking. And they actually have city walls. I've never built city walls before. You can see they have... Yeah, we're getting all the farms fixed. So then the food's going to start rolling in. As soon as that happens, I don't need to rely on this so badly. Yeah, so some of these are going to take a few turns. So I don't know why this is... City Tier 15 unlocks at 150,000 population. I'm only at 99,000. Oh, we need more dwellings. Which they have screwed up here by putting all these buildings in the capital. So gotta remember that it's now a residence. I'm gonna rush that even though that was expensive. And then we'll let them continue. So that way the population can grow. And you can see we got resources we could start grabbing. Going to be a lot of nice opportunities to build. And the crazy part is, before we do any of that building... And here's the thing I also don't understand. I'm building up the residence, and then the ability to upgrade is grayed out. So I can't click on the upgrade button anymore. I don't understand why it does that, but it does. And you can see we have another apothecary, which, man, I thought having one was bad enough. So like this uses tea leaves. I don't want to spend any of this. One every 4 turns. Yeah, the apothecary is such a waste. It is not my playstyle, that is for sure. Another one of these. And now we're claiming a territory. So these are territories I can't claim, so I can claim a C zone. I'm definitely taking the land. Interesting. So yeah, we're growing again, and as you can see, there's just see the apothecary. If I upgrade it to a chemist, then I can make some cool stuff. Yes, we're gonna absolutely do that. And then see all the other stuff disappeared. I don't understand why it's not letting me just queue them all up. That or the production queue can only have so many spots. I think that's it. I probably only have 8 items in the production queue, and I I have them all used up. That would make sense, I guess. Oops. What I find curious is they don't have any workshops. So I'm definitely pulling in the fur. I don't know if I should get more venison. We'll do venison. In some kind of goofy battle. Looks like I'm going to win. Not worried about it, that one.
You have reached the Renaissance.
Yay! Alright, so all kinds of formations unlocked. We already had barrels, and so that's interesting. This just makes sure that you get these no matter what, which is fine. This, I can't stress enough how important that is in the end game to have silicates. And this was the one. I have to make gunpowder to make explosives. Alright, so coffee is a thing. It's a beautiful thing if we can find it in our territory. I don't know when it actually reveals. Maybe once I research it, then it reveals on the map, or if it's already been on the map, then I'm screwed because I don't have any coffee. This is like the single best thing in the game. The indoor stove. I mean, you need other things too, but the indoor stove is the bomb. The thing is I think you need steel to make an indoor stove, so even though I'm excited about it, I need to discover steel, which I thought was here. Maybe it is not needed. There's a lot of good ones. The hospitals, well, that's a once per nation building. It's the clinic. We need the clinic. The clinic will help us. The cannons obsolete the trebuchet, which is why I skipped the trebuchet. I know I'm not going to go for it immediately, but you do need explosives and other things to make that work. I'm going to do this one because that lets us upgrade to the forge, which lets us make steel. That's how we do it. Oh, it is steel. That's the actual steel. Top priority. Oh, man. I embarrass myself. Okay, we finished both C zones. And as you can see, I'm not able to get to muster it up. I don't think there's anything I can do. I can try to build farms. Because I do have these 3 spots here. I mean, I can build a farm that's 1 food each. I don't know what good that's going to do. Eventually, I can get industrial farms. Again, the industrial C zones will get me more food. So I think what I have to do is I just have to wait. See, the national surplus is keeping us from dying, but we're not going to grow. There's no harm in that. So our population isn't going to grow or shrink. And that's fine. So we're just going to stay at 24 right now. And then figure out, like, okay, should I build a university, for example? I mean, if anything, I'm low in security and I'm low in that. The security thing we've been talking about for a while, I could resolve a bit of it with this. The cathedral, of course. I only have 3 spots left. I'm holding on to those with, death grip. So we're just gonna... Okay, well, what are we gonna do with our projects then? That's the question. Great question. Let's do our upgrades first. That'll keep us busy for a while. I didn't know our borders were open. Whoa, she closed the border? Ah, that's because my religious guys are driving her nuts. I bet that's what it is. Oh. So I'm going to propose an alliance that'll open the borders again. Let's see what she does. I'm okay. Let's add her to our trade. She's on the other end of the map. I don't care about her. She closed her border. I don't care. Just make sure the meatloaf doesn't suck next time, lunch lady. This is what I want to look at. See, he added books. We're making them too, but like that right there. saves me a lot of production. Because you have to build an armory to make gunpowder, and the gunpowder does nothing in the game except build this. And then you need that to make your military, and that's all they're used for. Like you could also use them to make metal ingots, but that would be a horrible use for it because it requires gunpowder to make this, and then this to make that. So if you could stockpile a bunch of these, and for whatever reason something dried up, so I'm definitely clicking on that. We'll add it to the mix. I don't need the medicine anymore from him, so I can look at maybe replacing that. This is something I want to build. I think once I upgrade to the tailor, I'll be able to build that on my own. And that's what I was talking about. You need this to make explosive. So that's an interesting one. I don't know how you make. I guess you unlock it with universities. I didn't know that. Okay, so he's definitely making some interesting goodies. I'm still laughing that I'm getting the baskets from Belgium. Um, I can stop, I guess. It's just at the moment I'm okay with it. I would need something here that I desperately would like more than just keeping the furniture. See, I'm running low on furniture. So I'm going to ditch the basket to get furniture because I don't want to dedicate a workshop just to build those again. And then I do need windows, probably more than I need medicine at the moment. Actually, I'm not making medicine. I think I'm relying solely on him for the medicine. And I am consuming it in a couple cities, 3 of them in fact. I need windows. Lots of them. Our skyscrapers, when we upgrade to those, all use, like, I don't remember, 20, 50. They use a lot of windows. Alright, we'll do that, and then I gotta figure out who's using my baskets. So it says crafting, but it doesn't say which city. It doesn't help me. There we go. Luton is consuming 1 basket somehow. It's definitely not that. Not that. That was a huge improvement. I need to stop consuming bread in that other place. Just trying to figure out who's using baskets here. They are. There, that saves us the basket problem. I was becoming a basket case over that. So here we could put the telescope on here. It'll provide 10 research per turn without actually being over here, which is interesting. So at this stage of the game, it's taken me a long time before I hit end turn. And this is where people say, hey, the micromanagement is too high. I don't disagree. But I feel like the things that I'm thinking about, I mean, they are industry, economic type stuff. But I like the decision making I have to do. When I play Civilization and I'm this far along in the game, I'm spending my entire turn moving this guy, moving the next guy, moving the next guy, moving the next guy. Like a lot of it is that, and then of course deciding, okay, what's this city gonna build? What's this city gonna build? I mean, you're sort of doing the same thing. It's just now I'm trying to manage an economy on top of it. I don't know. I mean, it's a trade-off, and yeah, I can certainly see why some people get turned off by it. It's like I can do that still. I mean, I don't need the extra 50 food at the moment, but then we got more specialists. Another expansion for Luton. All we got out of this. What size are we? That would get us to 26. And then for 27, 28, 29, and 30, we would have to take these. Which means Belgium needs to go away. But I'm okay. We'll take some sea zones. So we're currently at 66 barrels. Now we're going to make 2 a turn. And I know I got to spend more points somewhere. Boost the fish. That's right, the barracks. We got health, we got security. This thing is like really hard to keep up once the city gets large. So she agreed to the alliance. This time we're going to go to the capital. So she just basically agreed to let us troll her and get our religion spread again. Okay, we got our first brewery, Brewery 1. So we're short on beer. We gotta get some beer going. I do have plenty of grain, which is enough to get it to 1 every 6 turns, and I can spend 3 wealth, so I can do that. So this is the bigger dilemma. Malt is, to me, the most worthless thing. Yes, malt will help here, but I have to spend a brewery to build malt. I mean, I could just spend 5 gold. And all that does is reduce it by 1 turn. I'm going to spend no gold. Just make 1 beer every 4 turns. And yeah, we can have another brewery. You know, breweries are not going to be... the biggest thing, actually, is syrup would be nice. But we need sugar and cocoa, which we don't have at the moment. I also don't know, like some of these resources I think don't appear on your map until you do the research. So, for example, I don't think you know where cocoa is at the beginning of the game. It comes on later, and the same thing with like rubber for tires. So one of the ways you can tell is you come here, and if you start seeing a resource popping up, you know, behind or, but I don't think I have anything researched yet that's going to help me there. There we go. Indoor stove. We need to make that as soon as possible. And then we have the forge, which we need to do as soon as possible. A lot of stuff. There's the eyeglasses I was telling you about. 2 bonus research per turn for each science improvement in the city, and 1 production bonus for each industry in the city. The whole city. It's really good. And it's made at the factory, which is the problem, because your factories need to make 100 other things. And you got the print shop, which then lets us get the encyclopedia and other stuff like that. And treasury bonds are unlocked, which is used to craft currency. And you can do that at the Great Hall. So we can finally build something other than a festival. And then newspapers. So it's a good one. The ships, of course, are fantastic. Except I have no ocean to ship on. The General Hospital is fantastic, but it's 1 per nation. There's a lot of good stuff here. I never built the plaza, if I remember correctly. Maybe I built one of these when I was needing city happiness. City happiness is crucial, of course, because your food output drops when you don't have it. The windmill lets the mills start to make dried foods. I think we're using our monasteries for that purpose at the moment. And then it gives +1 food bonus from all farms and their upgrades, and 3 city craft production. So the bonus changes with the windmill. And then this would let us have autocracy, which would reduce our city cap. I need them all, I think, but let's see if this is going to cause coffee beans to appear on our map. We'll do that one first. And I need to pause real quick, and then we'll get going here. Alright, I am back. I think we got to do some of that micromanagement I was talking about. I know there's plenty of places to build things, but I gotta make sure all of our upgrades are in. See, and then after the upgrades are done, sometimes you can change the materials that are used for that building. So like, for example, the Weaver uses the wheel, but maybe the upgraded one, whatever it is, uses something else. And that's some of the stuff you got to pay attention to, because it could get a little wonky. And then we also should be able to upgrade a lot of workshops here. Where is they at? Ah, you know what? I built the 4... It's not workshops that were upgraded, it's the forge. So whatever it was before, the blacksmith is what got upgraded. And that's only in London. Because we built, remember we built 4 of them or whatever there. Okay, so we got all of our upgrades in. So then we get to, what do we want to build? We got plenty of food. We have all these amenities we could try to do. Like do that to just keep the security up. And then I thought we had medicine. Well, here we go. We're making herbal medicine now, right? So, there you go. We'll use it. This is a new item. It helps you with happiness. Obviously, we don't need that yet. The armory decreases happiness, and this is what I was telling you. The armory is the only place you can make gunpowder. And then gunpowder is... It looks like it's actually used for other stuff. I apologize. I thought you only needed explosives, so we probably do need to build an armory. Now, should I build it here, though, is the question. We only have limited spaces. No, we're going to build armory somewhere else. The blacksmith thing is what just got upgraded to a forge. I probably need to build a few more of those. Things like this, the castle. This is probably what we should consider, because we had low security, we have low health, so we need to, build those type of things. We have a central bank, which will help us with our prosperity, and start to make letters of credit, which will help cities. And like I said, we probably need all 10 forges before we're all said and done. And that's going to help us to build the steel. The question is, do I need them here? The answer is not always yes. Alright, so with the tailor... Yeah, see, the tailor can make the fine clothes. University can't make the encyclopedia yet, but... Alright, so what's our priority? Let's get the fishies going. That's our priority. We got 4 items queued up. Let's move on to the next city. This one. This one, we have hardly any spots to build things. We are low in knowledge. I could possibly replace one of these to make the knowledge go up. One second. Okay, back in business. So, we are building the university, which is fine, and the fishing nets. From an upgrade perspective, I think we're covered. We are. Next one. Okay, JB was here. Looks like he gets to claim another spot. I still think I want to give this one to that city because that city's getting trapped. So then it's just a matter of... We'll take this one just because it does border him and just in case. Whoops, I don't like doing it that way. That actually adds to happiness because breweries do that. This helps city build, and you always need to boost these. You need as much resources as you can get. Alright, I am very happy with our copper production. We got some good stuff going there. I know we got some upgrades to do, but we're waiting. This is where... well, a couple of things. We were talking about, we got to build some stuff, so we're going to do exactly that. And then let's keep the city growth going. This helps, but there's no growth. We want growth, like this. So just keep the growth going, and then let's crank out some stuff. Armory. 2 armories. One more brewery. A mill. I probably need to focus on this stuff too. But let's get the industry going first. So from an industry perspective, we want some forges. 1. There we go. We can only build 8 items. There we go. And I'm going to rush that. So he's got a bunch of stuff queued up already. We're up to 7. And then let's have him build that butcher shop we keep talking about. Wombat City. We got things queued up there. Oh, we got another brewery. All right. Ceramic shop in. That's just so I don't build something accidentally there. We got so many things queued up. It's not even funny. So, food is an issue with this guy. I mean, not until we run out of this stuff, but... so let's do... Let's get to the brass tacks here. Forge, forge, forge. I'm gonna speed it. Speed them along. That's right. Now we got this guy who's just trying to get caught up. We'll speed him. And then London. Like I said, the 4 forges. There we go. The blacksmiths. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are priority. But see, right here, the workshops are getting upgraded. There's a way to solve this. See, I only have 1 workshop left. This one. Why can't I upgrade? He has to already be on the upgrade queue. Maybe I've already upgraded all my other workshops. Wow, what a crazy time to be meeting another nation.
New faces from a distant land greet you.
They must be on an island all by themselves. In some ways, that's a little nice. But in other ways, your trade, you can't get any merchants going. All right, so here we are. We're gonna wreak havoc again with our allies. This is what we want to see. Um, they do need one farming region, and this has 4 food, so we're gonna go ahead and take that one. We also need to build a docks. So let's get to our zones here. Right here. I wish I could hold down control and have it move all the way to the top. Or shift. That doesn't work either. That's 600 to rush it. I'm going to rush it, and then we'll save this for the docks. Alright, so we've been doing the snake here. Let's go ahead and see if we can grab the other special minerals. And rush that one. We're going to go ahead and rush that one. And rush that one. Alright, so we got another brewery. Syrup wouldn't be bad, but yeah, we're... Oh, that uses 2 grain. I'm still okay. To be honest, 1 every 9 turns is fine. Although 3 gold's not a lot. There we go, 1 every 6. And this is the part. This is the reason why we need more bakeries. And I gotta figure out... I'm having bread go into an ingredient for one of the city halls. And I gotta take that off. And then this upgrades to a pub. We'll add that to the queue. Alright, so now we got the task of figuring out where the bread is used. Luton in pub 2 into right there, bakery 5. Andrew's Mounties. Andrew! That's bakery 4. That's bakery 5. Five of them. I mean, we can afford it now. 5 is a lot, though. Still only produces 1 every 4 turns. I'll make it 1 every 5. That's not worth 5 just to get 1 turn better. It's about the growth. We just want them to keep growing so they expand again. Alright. So I know these two are at threat, but my theory is he's expanded as far as he can go. This is the one I was always worried about, and we're going to claim it. And now we just got these two left, and then he's going to be out of space. Currently making another inn, which is interesting. I didn't think I was making so many of them, but that's fine. Let's speed this along. We want anything that improves growth. Then we get to put more of these guys out. Alright, so we made another ceramic shop. We gotta make windows. I know that's tempting, but don't do it. Now that's possible, but that's more abundant. And this is always the tricky. But for 50 production, I don't think it's worth it. 1 every 2 turns, I think is good. Let's get that going. We don't need it yet. We have to invent skyscrapers first. But once we get to Era 3, we need lots of windows. So we'll start making them now. So we got a workshop that's going to need to be upgraded. So I'm going to add that to the list. And this was the thing right here. The stove. If we look at all of our items, I think I built this because I thought I needed to start making furniture. But I want to make the stove. That uses metal ingots. Nope, I'd rather use wealth. Wealth. And wealth. 1 every 6 turns. We're moving this up to the top, folks. Yeah. I know I just built something here. Oh, that's right, the docks. Keep that growth up. I'm making wool. See, I already have 11.9 goats and I'm not using it for anything. Sure, I'll make wool. I only have 5 of those. Get that mine beefed up. And then yeah, we're gonna have to do some upgrades at some point here. But right now we're busy getting the industry up. Expand and industry. We're gonna rely on our goods for the food, and then we'll get the farms and the dwellings and whatnot to catch up. And as long as we have at least 1 dwelling in each spot, Andrew probably needs to add a dwelling to his list. It's actually a residence now. And one thing I noticed is I'm not getting any furniture. I lost furniture. So it's as if he stopped making it. Alright, so let's go to... Belgium. Somebody's got to be making furniture. Right here. 1 every 4 turns. And then London. The blacksmiths are coming. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And then we got some weavers that are being upgraded. I have to pick the lesser of 2 weavers. So that's the one being upgraded. Where is my weaver? So one thing we have to be careful about is the goods sometimes change. Like schools can only make books. That's fine. That one, the grocer. Eventually you can make the kin. I know I talk about it so much, but it's coming. It really is. That's right. I'm paying the 30 wealth for that. You know why? Because this is a pub. It needs to be upgraded. Or maybe we did upgrade it. But we have plenty of venison. And then I don't need to do the money. I think that's what... I'm getting 2,300... What? So I have 235 metal tools. I do think I can stop making... I have 2 of these making metal tools. I'm going to stop. I eventually need to make other things, but I think I want to rush some stoves out. There is a point where I don't need to make more stoves as well, but for now, it only costs a little bit of money, and we get 1 every 3 turns. I'm looking for the other weaver. I would swear there was another one here, and maybe I'm wrong. I thought there were 2, and they should have been... You put the weavers in the same district. I guess not. Oh, you know what? We have 2 in Luton. They're here. They're also getting upgraded. So we have... Where is the weaver? You should be able to see a big number. Here. This is the one that has been upgraded. So see, you get them upgraded and now they can make fine clothes. So I think the takeaway from this is I have 1 making fabric, I have 1 making tunics, and then of course I have 1 making garments. I either need a 4th one here or I need to figure out how to not make tunics anymore. So making plenty of fabric. I gotta go back to London. So if I don't use... I can just use 20 wealth. I'm gonna do it that way. So I don't need these anymore, is what I'm getting at. So we can just skip making them. Then come back to this guy. And change into the fine clothes. And again, I'm going to have to spend a lot of wealth. But I have it. So we're going to get that going, and 1 every 2 turns. Perfect. And now that I've upgraded this, nothing actually changed there. As I said, a lot of stuff I want to do here. Let's go after the printing press next. Let's check on Yazid. We haven't looked at them in a while. I mean, they're cranking now. We've got their 14 people back. The happiness is up. This is really cranking hard. And pretty soon we'll be back in business there. Go back to all industry. You can see we have... I'm willing to bet I have an event to deal with all 3 of those. Let's start with the claim. So now we're at 2, and I can spend 2 to grab one of these sea zones. I still don't understand why this one costs 2. I was able to go all the way over to here, but not this one. We have some experts to dish out. That was a good one. I mean, it never hurts, I guess, to just get more food. If I have an empty spot and I don't really know what to spend it on, telescopes. That's 5 research a turn. It does not stink. I'm saving up the points. I'm going to bank on them disappearing. I don't believe I need... Although that is a nice resource. Alright, so now we're starting to cook. So I could start making these on my own instead of trading for them. Although the trading for them trick is working. I don't know if I necessarily need 2 of them making windows. I'm eventually going to be able to make concrete plants. And it feels weird to do this, but yeah. And this is what I'm getting at. So we need to start making some steel. And this is where it gets, you know, look at how expensive that is. The iron would have been nice if we would have found it somewhere, but we don't have it. So we'll use the metal ingot. We only have 4.3 that we're generating. And then we're going to throw some money at it. And this is where power and fuel would be nice, or we could spend coins for now, which would make it to 3 a turn. I'll leave it empty. We'll make 2.5 a turn. Then we got another in. Boy, that's pricey. I'm making a ton of them right now. I can't do that. One every 17 turns. Oh, either 50 wealth or I'll do the cured meats. We just gotta make some more butchers. And it needs to be upgraded. We'll add it to the queue. Alright, let's start with Wombat City. Speed up. Speed up. Speed up. Speed up. And I gotta be careful. I'm gonna run out of money. I just spent a lot. Alright, so this is the first armory, and the whole point of these armories, like I was saying, is they only make gunpowder. They never make anything else but gunpowder. And yes, you could spend heavy metal and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I have 12.3 of them, so let's spend one. Don't do it. The heavy metal's needed for these things later. You can see right here, heavy metal. It's used to craft all this futuristic stuff. So, and it's also used to craft machine parts, which is something we never have enough of. They're the upgrade to the gears. So, just use some materials. And coal would be nice. Actually, coal is not used in very many things, as you can see. Steel would be one of them. This is another. But yeah, we'll just spend that for now. And then just leave it be. 1.6 a turn. I mean, I could argue I don't even need to do this. 1 a turn is plenty. Now, granted, if you're making explosives, 1 a turn is going to be consumed just for 1 explosive. Then you won't have any gunpowder left for your troops. So you need more than 1 a turn if you're going to use it for troops. But right now we're getting gunpowder from or explosives from our trade. I don't know. Okay, let's actually crank this up a little bit. $5 is not a lot. Let's go back to that. 1.6. We'll call it a day. And let's get this going. I only have 4 things that improve city growth. This is food, but not growth. Food, but not growth. Same. Wow, okay, there's only 4. Arguably, the health contributes to the growth, but tomato, tomato there. The beer counts as food. Just guess anybody who gets drunk, they'd agree. So then anything that it contributes to health and happiness will help them grow and produce quicker. So we'll do that. We can boost that. We can boost this. Oh, look at that. 10 city build production. Yeah, we definitely want to do that. In fact, I want to take experts from somewhere else. 20 city build production is amazing. Alright, we got another armory in the queue. That's going to cost 800 to rush. It's not that I need it badly. I'm just trying to help these cities to get their industry going sooner. And the more we're accumulating steel and those kind of items, the better off we're going to be. Because the industries they just overwhelm you. The gunpowder is not something you get overwhelmed with, though. But it is nice to build up. Because the last thing you want to do is be out of gunpowder when you're trying to build units. But let's talk about that as well. So as you can see, it's used to build a whole bunch of units. But let's say I want to build assault infantry. Looks like a reasonable one. It takes a maintenance of 1 gunpowder. So they just consume 1 every turn that they're on the map. That's the thing to understand. And they need 3 to be produced. The maintenance is the big cost. So yes, you do need gunpowder. And yes, you probably should. Once we get power or fuel, we'll be able to boost it some more. And then I found that only having 2 of these was fine, but I didn't have a big army out there walking around the board. That's the key thing. Alright, we got another mill. I gotta stop using baskets. That would be a better use. That just gives 10 money. That's why I chose that. See these blacksmiths? I mean, boosting them would be really nice, but I'm boosting all my food just because I'm suffering in the food department. I definitely don't need to boost. I did that for the city security. Who cares? It's so low. It's not even funny. So that's going to only give an extra 50%. Whereas that gives an extra 150%. And yeah, I could really boost these. This one, until I get fuel, I probably don't want to boost. But I'm going to start making more ingots. I need more. I'm already doing it with that one. Did I just pick on that? I selected the same one I picked before. I do have a lot of copper. I know I need the copper for the end game, but I do have a lot. It's the iron. I can't believe I never found any iron in this game. Alright, so we're making 8 of these a turn, which is good, because we need it.
An invitation arrives from Poland asking your science advisor and some of the other great scientists.
I'll rush that along. Maybe there's something else I should be boosting, but it looks as good as any right now. We got our 4, so after this, it's just going to be something like that, which we have plenty of. So everybody should. Just by waiting one turn, that went from like $800 down to $214. So sometimes if you just let one turn of production happen, they get a lot cheaper. And we're still not seeing the furniture go up. I don't know if 4 turns have gone by. There we go, we got a trade route. We can see that one's coming. We'll get one next turn. Now remember, I only need 1 furniture for each dwelling. So I'm going to move up to 3 furniture, which means I can build 3 more dwellings. And I will be building dwellings with some of the other cities. This one already has them. Wombat City. That's a little pricey. That's very pricey. Gonna do it though. I need those forges. We're building 3 steel mill forges. Gotta do it. So this is good. I could go for the money, but obviously with England you don't need it as much. But the precious stones, very good. And I would swear... Yeah, that's still in the works. Sometimes after you build something, you gotta go back and change it to what you want it to produce. Like I changed that one venison to the fur. I actually think I might be better off making the venison, because you saw how that was a great input for the inn. So everybody's doing okay food-wise. I should have enough heavy plows to start upgrading all my farms. Oh, I only have 6. Wow, I only have 6. Ah, see? The blacksmith doesn't have any upgrades, but the forge does. So there we go. We'll be able to upgrade them even more once those upgrades finish. Last check. We need to get those apothecaries to chemists. Stat. Alright. We actually produced everything. That's because we were mad rushing all of it, but that's all good. Let's get this out of the way. So we're basically making 2.5 steel a turn. So 7.5 a turn. It's not enough, but it's a start. Okay, what do we want them to build next? So we basically have all industrial places. So we should probably start thinking about our stuff. There's things like, I mean, I know we've made plenty of inns recently, but for example, the monastery to help with the religion strength. Yeah, because we want that to spread. Actually, yeah, let's do that. We need things like schools to get our knowledge up. And then we have see now this we want these to all here we go. We're gonna do a library, school, and a university. All in the same space. And here we'll do a water well. And then let's finish off the 2 residences. The reason for this, that gives 2 research per turn. This gives us 1 for each science in the region. So 2 other science ones in the region. And so he'll give us 3 research. And then this one gives 2 for each science in the region. So that's 2, 4, 6 research. All extra research that we're getting by having them all in the same region. Anyways, it's probably overkill, but the research is something we want to keep going. Right, Luton is done. Like we said, we don't have a lot of building options. Making sure all of our upgrades are done. I believe they are. I don't think we ever saw any coffee. We gotta look for that, actually. So, what do I build? I mean, as the city grows, these are gonna start shrinking. So I'm gonna need, like, for example, we're eventually gonna be able to build a clinic that'll help with that. This will clearly help with the knowledge, but we got very little real estate left. And this will produce coffee, but without actual coffee beans. I have an idea. First off, let's look. There's the iron that we needed. Just looking to see if there's coffee beans anywhere. I know we're gunning for that, which is a good thing to gun for. Yeah, no coffee beans. Alright, let's get the overlays back on. I don't need the improvements to be on the map. Alright, so here was my first idea. Let's look at our trade agreements. And then scroll up to see if they have coffee. This one does not. It does have the stained glass. So I'm starting to think, maybe I don't need the that so much anymore. I definitely don't need this anymore. I probably don't need stained glass anymore, but we're going to go ahead and do it for now. If anybody's going to have it, it'll be Mexico. So we scroll up to the goods. Like, for example, they have grapes. I don't have grapes. They have this. I don't have that. They have malt. But they don't have coffee. Interesting. I don't think Belgium's going to have it, but we'll check. They have frankincense. They have camels. I've never gotten camels, ever. Any of my games. I think it's because I choose nations that have biomes, starting biomes that aren't camels. Or aren't desert is what I meant to say, but aren't going to have camels. There we scroll up. I would swear we have a trade agreement with Germany. See, they have food oil, something I've never gotten. They don't have anything. This is our last hope. Argentina. Get those furniture from them. Nope, no coffee beans from them either. Tallow. Syrup. But no coffee beans. Oh, we don't even have a trade agreement with them. Sure. What do I do with this? That's right. I was contemplating building one. So it says plus 3 bonus city happiness for each industry, government, and culture improvement in the region. That's the problem. It needs to be in the region. So, industry, government, and culture. The problem is I don't need happiness at the moment with them. We got a lot of amenities we can add on. We should at least add the easy ones. This right here. Watch our food. We're at 93 food. Watch when I add this. 194. So what that effectively did is our 4... See how this is a region with 4 food? Our 4 food region turned into 5. It changed every region from 4 into 5. So our farms are now yielding better. I'm not even doing preserved food. I mean, I don't need the food, but still. What I need here is the eyeglasses for the last one. It'd be really nice. I mean, it would be really nice to use eyeglasses for this last one. I'm not building those yet. I thought I researched them, but I would need to build a factory. Okay, so question of what to do here is getting difficult. I want more industry, but this is not the city to do it in. I have to do things like this to keep my knowledge up. And that to keep my security up. You know what, if Belgium goes away, this is not going to become a problem anymore. I just don't know if they will. Alright, let's do a university. That'll help with the knowledge. We're going to do a castle, which will help with the security. An airport helps with the prosperity. We can't make one of those yet. And then a clinic will help with the health, which we can't make yet. So we'll at least get 2 of them queued up. So with that being said, let's make sure our assumptions are looking good. These 2 actually got lost to time. They got wiped out. You know, good riddance to this guy. And remember, he was way up in the... He was way up here in the memorable section. So he caused everybody to bounce up. See, look. These 2 are no longer... Because Ghana, I think, was up there too. Well, no. But look, his points were higher. Like, he'd still be sitting up here somewhere. So, because he got eliminated, these 2 got to bounce up. And we're not going to lose Belgium at the moment. That blows. That blows a lot. We still can't catch him. We're not gonna lose. We're not gonna get rid of Belgium. That's a tough order. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.